So please forgive my poor video editing skills, my poor, like I'm not going to be looking at the camera a lot. I'm going to be looking at my script, the reflection of my glasses, all of this, clear amateur stuff. I don't make these often. I haven't made one since I was 16 years old. So bear with me, please. I just needed to reply to Dan Brown. I love Dan Brown. His videos are amazing. He makes good quality stuff. Tends to be on the right side of topics. Sometimes here or there I'm like, not 100% if I agree with him, but I see where he's coming from. He's a smart individual, clearly researches what he's talking about before he makes the video. There you go, that's a better shot. But yes, Dan Brown, and I'm not talking about the author. If you're not familiar with Dan Brown, he is a YouTuber. He's been on YouTube for a long time. I followed him for about 4 years now. And he made a comment in his video, and he also just made some points in it that I'd just like to reply to. He was having the conversation of whether being intellectual and using the word stupid is in itself ableist. Ableist is a word which means discriminatory against people who are mentally challenged. Dan was having the conversation that, he was just talking about this. And I'd like to point out that Dan has conversations with his viewers. Dan has a way, and you can just tell this guy's been on YouTube for a long time. He has a way of communicating very succinctly, and also he's just good with editing and good with talking to the camera. A lot more skill than someone like me or, me or you, the average YouTuber who just watches and doesn't actually create the media. We just watch it and absorb. And yeah, that being said, that's something I really enjoy about his videos, is that he makes me at least feel very involved and part of the conversation. He used the phrase in the video that internet atheists are the equivalent to the kind of people who are out there and just go find easy arguments that they know they can win. The thing is that anyone who knows me or has met me knows that I'm an outspoken, avid atheist, that I talk about it, that I believe in talking about it. And, because of that remark kind of stung for me, especially considering how much I really enjoy his videos and his points usually. I just felt personally insulted. And I know I shouldn't feel personally involved because, there is literally no way that he could have been trying to personally insult me. Whatever. The point is, I don't know. It was just like, this guy I look up to a little bit, which is weird because I've never met him. I will never meet him. Chances are we will live our separate lives and we will never meet one another. Yet somehow I follow this individual on the internet, and his opinion and even his words somehow affect me. It's strange, but yeah, I don't know. I felt a little insulted, and I feel like if I made a comment like that where I just dismissed, all of Islam or all of Christianity or all of Buddhism in one tiny little comment, I'd get a lot of people who are clearly very insulted as well. So, I'm sure any of you can see where I'm coming from on this. Maybe I'm overreacting a bit or a lot. Whatever. I just had to say something about that. As to the conversation that Dan was having, I do have my opinions about that as well. Dan's opinion that using the word stupid is an oversimplification was, in my opinion, wrong. I don't see any qualms, I don't have any qualms about calling racists, bigots, and fascists and other groups like that stupid. They are stupid, okay? Even if that is a negative label, the label is still overall doing good by distancing ourselves from those ideas. Sure, I could use more choice words when arguing or debating someone, and perhaps in more sophisticated debates, I would use different words to make my point. But when it comes to making a point, sometimes it's better to be blunt and succinct than it is to be overly choicy with your words. And when it comes to whether or not using the word is ableist, I don't even care. I'm sick of our modern atmosphere where we feel the need to ban this word or that word. I saw a post in my Facebook newsfeed earlier today where someone said that they think that the Suicide Squad trailer, which recently came out, was personally hurtful to them because it used the word suicide. Let's just step back for a second here. I have had suicidal tendencies, and there's no shame in admitting that, by the way. But, however, I don't think we should ban the word bomb just because it might remind us of a bombing with terrorists, or ban the word school because it reminds me of school shootings. This kind of weird, flawed logic we use nowadays where we think, is this word appropriate to use? This politically correct environment in which we're constantly just being so careful about what we say because we don't want to offend anyone. It's getting ridiculous. And I honestly believe that more harm than good is being done by censorship. And I do believe this all to be a form of censorship. When you have to stop yourself from speaking, when you literally stop mid-sentence and you think, will this offend this group of people? That is censorship. When you need to rethink out a sentence that you're about to say to make it less offensive, you're watering down the original product to make whatever comes out of your mouth next to be more just appropriate for the, you know what I mean? Like that just bugs me. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, do share in the comments below whether you agree or disagree with that view of mine and all the views I've shared here. And by the way, I do realize how incredibly ironic it is that I'm against being politically correct, and yet in the exact same video I complained about Dan saying something that does personally offend me. I do realize that there are two sides to this coin, that sometimes you shouldn't say something if you know it will directly impact the person who's in front of you. Maybe that would be a bit cruel, but at the same time, I'm already over it. It doesn't matter that Dan said one comment that hurt my feelings, because in the long run, my feelings do they really matter? I don't know. Share, please, in the comments below. Anyways, that's everything, guys, so peace out from Patrick.